Special meeting in the city of Vernon, June 28th of 2020 is called to order. Tracy, invocation, please.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for this opportunity to gather. Lord, we ask that you just bless us and you bless the city council. Lord, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 1, July 4th food vendors.
You want to take that tab?
Just so everybody knows, we're not accepting any money back. We're not wanting anything back. All we're wanting to do is just pay for the food, stuff like that, the expenses of everything. So all the proceeds that will be made, with the exception of expenses, will go towards the football program.
So the way it was explained to me, Timmy said they're pretty much working hand in hand with rec. They'll just have a separate tent set up because it's going to be so crowded in the concession stand.
But how are we gonna work that?
What are we doing with the
other
rest of the vendors? Does anybody else show any interest?
I haven't heard anything.
We have told other vendors they can sell food. We gotta
That's
be
what's on the
careful.
applications.
Huh?
Well, I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying, we on that application, that nobody can sell food.
We're not selling food.
I think
It's
what, yeah.
for the concession stand, it's not for us personally.
So basically, you're volunteering, you're buying food and selling it and giving all the money. Less what you buy
Exactly.
to rec.
I don't know.
So really, that's not a vendor situation, that's a volunteer.
Correct.
So what about the other vendors? I saw a flyer that said vendors welcome.
But the application specifically
Say
says
they
no
can't sell
food vendors.
food. It's always said that they couldn't sell food because of the concession stand.
Well, we had discussed in the last meeting that we may need to look at that because we are the only one in Washington County that's doing fireworks this year. And if everybody comes, how it will, even with the Jackson Smith volunteering, how are we gonna provide enough food or drink for the amount of people that we know probably show up?
What seems to be the problem with us volunteering?
How many vendors do we have?
I don't know, that's what I'm saying, because they've been told in the past no, but then the flyer says vendors. I know the application says something different, but the application is not being circulated. The flyer says vendors. So all I was saying was that while we're doing this, could we set up something in case a food vendor wants to come, or y'all just don't want them at all?
I don't care. I don't care who comes. You talked to Timothy yet?
You did.
I'm just saying, while we're here and we're discussing it, y'all decide if y'all want to have any, if somebody shows up last minute and says, hey, I've got a snow cone machine or a cotton candy machine.
But that's something that we don't sell. Didn't we say that before? If it was something that we didn't sell? That's how it was.
Who put out the flyers?
We do.
It doesn't, it's not on our flyer.
If the city put the flyers out, then you better stand by what's on that flyer. It don't matter what the application.
Our flyer does not say anything about,
Rex says that.
Yeah, but Rex did.
okay, ours did not. The one I shared with Rick and told them that they didn't, it does not say nothing about food vendors. It just says
I believe it says
game
vendors
and
welcome on the other one, which, I mean. it doesn't say
vendors,
no,
not
no
food vendors.
But we're not being a food vendor because we're not getting anything out of it. The rec department's taking everything.
No, what I'm saying isn't about you volunteering. I'm saying while we're here discussing that,
Okay.
I'm not arguing
Yeah.
you. I'm saying, are we gonna let food vendors come if they want to and charge them a fee? If we are, we need to set it up now, is all I'm saying. Or we're just gonna say flat out no. Just volunteers that are gonna do like they're doing.
Well, see, this question I got, first of all, I have no problem with Chad doing anything for the rec department or a football program, anything going back to the city of Vernon when it comes down to it. I appreciate that. But the thing is, what is Timothy serving for food wise? And I don't know. We don't-
Hamburgers, hot
He ain't
dogs.
returned my call.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, nachos, and we're not serving any drinks. All the drinks, we're serving a sandwich, a bag of potato chips. If they want something to drink, they go to the concession stand. So, ours is just strictly, we talk to Timmy, it won't be bugs, it'll be pork loins, get a good slice of pork loin on a sandwich with barbecue sauce, and a bag of chips, and then they go straight to the, and we'll be set up right beside the concession stand in that area.
So, I have no problem.
I have no problem with it either. I was just
No,
asking.
no
did y'all
problem.
want to do
This is the
vendors?
question she's asking the council for food vendors. Want to serve any food besides the rec department serving food and Chad serving?
But then you said the flyers, is the flyers already out? Are
It's
they?
not, I
That's
have not
it,
seen
that's it.
it.
We're not talking about ours.
Nothing on the flyer.
The rec department's flyer says, come enjoy delicious food from the concessions and vendors. That's
And
what,
vendors.
I just showed it to Tracy, that's what his says.
Y'all can't separate the rec department from the city. The rec department is part of the city. Better stick by what it says.
I know Liberty
Next year,
Church
you
wanted
can
to
make
pass out
it more
free water.
clear.
Well, we had that before, and some people was passing out, one church one year gave ice cream out.
Liberty wants to give away free water.
And watermelons,
They give
different
out
stuff like
watermelon.
that, but that's something that we don't,
Right, it's free, they're
it's
not
free,
charging for
and we
it.
don't sell. We don't sell that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem at all with them or anybody volunteering. I just was
I
asking
don't-
council, do
we're not,
you
you know,
want to set it up for
volunteer.
anybody else while we're here
And
or
let
leave
it
it
be
like
what
it
it's
is?
gonna be.
No.
See, I'm
This
objecting
year.
if a vendor's coming to serve food. First of all, it's going against whatever they're serving. It's going to be against the rec department and the football program, which I have no problem with that. But the city needs to set a fee.
Right.
The organization for the 4th of July is the city's biggest organized thing. It's to make money for the rec department and whatever we wanted to go for. We need to set certain guidelines sometime or another and go by them, because we lose money big time. Just say 1,500 people come, we losing a lot of money. I don't mind people coming and giving away with watermelon or free water, but you still gonna make money. If you got 2 or 3 vendors there would charge a certain fee of $150, whatever, you know, of selling whatever they sell, you know, the city's gonna make money just like,
Well, and I know the first year after the grant, and everything came through 100 years ago, when they first put the electrical down the lane, vendors were welcome. They would charge a certain price for a space and a certain price if they used the electricity, and all that money went to rec, and whatever they made extra was theirs, but it was full during the 4th of July. The lanes were full of vendors. That's why I was asking, the volunteer basis, or, you know, 'cause I know before you said there may be a charge and you were gonna do a percentage. So I'm just saying, while we're here, are y'all interested in that, or are we just gonna go flat volunteer?
Because people could sell something as long as they wasn't selling what they were selling at. It's like she was talking about
Same
snow
thing.
cones.
Yeah.
That was okay because the rec department
Yeah.
don't sell snow cones.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how
Something like
it was.
that.
In other words, one vendor per type of food. So there would be no other barbecue, there would be no other hamburgers, hot dogs. If somebody had a taco truck, then that would be, but there would be one taco truck. I don't know that anybody has one, I'm just saying.
that's how,
I'm just
that's how it's
saying,
been.
But we can't have them selling hamburgers and hot dogs.
Right.
Okay, because that's what we sell.
But on the flyer, does it say, it says vendors welcome, don't
It
say
says
the price.
it said enjoy good food from
From the
concessions and vendors. I'll pull it back
And that was
up.
straight from rec.
You're gonna be able to stop them now that you've advertised. it.
How are we gonna stop them from
Well,
selling
has
hamburgers
anybody
and hot
signed
dogs?
up though to be a vendor?
No, before they
We've
did
got
sell.
5 signed up.
Not,
But
They're
they're
not
not,
vendors.
but they're not food
They're
vendors.
not
food vendors.
Well, the rec department's gonna have to next year coordinate with the city.
We do have an issue with that.
We do. He's been the last.
Yeah, well,
Two different flyers.
I know he's been busy.
Well,
I mean,
This year's is, well, because it's
Before,
last
we
year.
knew what they was,
and
everybody was
vendors,
selling.
that makes it sound
You know.
like,
They're welcome.
I don't, I
which we
really
may
don't
not have
care.
any.
I don't care, but we just need to be careful.
Sign up, we just wanna charge a fee.
It's we told some people
If we
need
show up,
to.
if a vendor shows up, it's $150 charge. And
See,
You just gotta,
yeah,
Set
this is
them
gonna
down.
be, I guess, until we.
Tracy's at what, there's five?
they're gonna use the power, so,
There's five vendors, that show?
4 or 5.
but not for
They-
4 or 5, but they're not food vendors.
It don't matter, it's still
Right.
vendors.
They've already paid their $25 for slot for whatever they're gonna, once
So it's $25 for non-food vendors? Are they using electricity?
and churches aren't charged.
I don't think there's an electrical plugs working anymore out there.
Chuck Hall's now, they're working on that.
I know the one in the one baseball field does, that's the church used it on,
Those bouncing things.
Waited till the last minute to get in. See, this is the thing, and the city needs to discuss all this and get this straight out. If they use power, it's gotta be 1.5, and they are. I bet out of them 5, 2 or 3 of them are gonna use power. And two, the director needs to coordinate with the city. We all.
3 of them, 2 of them I think are churches.
and they're probably just giving stuff away.
Yeah, and there's one of a lady, her daughter's doing it for a school project, gonna be giving away books. Cause she's into a reading program and
I
it's
think she
after
was there
school,
before.
and she wants to she got a spot to give away books.
She's been there before.
And then Liberty's gonna give away water. But the churches
So,
doesn't have to pay a fee.
what do you recommend, Chad, 150 for food vendors?
150 if they're not gonna use electricity, 200 if they're gonna use electricity.
Fine with me.
I'll let Timmy know.
Do we need to vote that? We need to,
Yeah,
For food, or what about the ones she's already collected?
They're not
They're not take yes, we stick with that cost. $25, they
Right
give
now,
away stuff, right,
because
until we look at it.
But this is next year y'all are talking
Yeah,
about.
we need to
Can't
look at all
change that now.
Okay, so we're doing it this year or next year?
this year.
Okay.
for food
So
vendors.
we need to,
I need a motion to approve food vendors at 150 with no power and 200 with power.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second, discussion.
Is there power that's gonna hold that? Or are we gonna have trip breakers?
Everybody, if you get a lot of them.
They've always had it.
Well, I know when we used to set up the inflatables out there, breakers were tripping.
Yep.
The church used to one out in the ball field at Easter and the breaker never tripped and they had the big bouncy house.
Yeah, but I mean, that was when, like I said, there used to be a lot of vendors, so I just wanted to make sure.
Who's gonna be in charge of making sure the food vendors pay?
Somebody to check them.
They're gonna have to sign up either with
They have to fill out an
Greg
application
or with the city hall.
and she'll get the money then.
I'll readapt the,
The application's been downloaded off the website about 20 times.
Really?
Said Washington County News was gonna donate 500.
Thank you.
I heard her say that.
All in
Wouldn't come
favor?
out of my pocket.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So before we leave,
She's looking at her phone, that's all I have.
Tracy, I guess I'm still in charge of the trailer.
Yes,
How
sir.
many trailers?
Oh, we have 2?
Need 2
Yes,
trailers.
sir.
Well, that's lumber.
Who's gonna be able to develop that?
That's what, hey,
Don't y'all have the lumber stuff?
We got plenty of lumber back there, but there's no way I can do it in my grass.
I told Timmy this weekend that y'all would need help with it.
Timothy's in charge.
Timmy can build it.
I will let him know he's in charge.
2 trailers.
2 trailers.
Hey, we'll give him the trailers, he builds it.
And do we have parts?
Yep, blue ones.
Who's gonna build it?
Joey,
Timothy.
Joey and Timmy.
Joey going to
Built it.
Timmy and Al. I'll be mowing grass. I know no grass. I'm way behind. I ain't
We ain't gonna move much
No
this week,
flags.
but the rain tomorrow.
It's supposed to start raining, rain the rest of the week.
Mowing in the rain.
2 20-foot trailers, okay.
At least it's stay cool.
Number 2, update on the old band room. Tracy?
I spoke with Linda Waller this past week, and she said that we can do whatever we want with the building.
It's not a part of that.
No, ma'am, it is not. It is the site.
Can it be fixed?
I have a couple of people coming out to give me prices on replacing the roof, if it needs it. Which apparently it does.
What's the inside of the building look like though?
It looks good besides the 340 leaks.
And the 100-year-old carpet.
But the carpet and the ceiling,
Based on that end, if it's leaking inside, and on this end it's leaking inside, and now it's small.
and the walls,
Walls, all of it.
and whoever, is somebody coming to look inside, or just at the roof?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I didn't know about all that.
It needs a roof. Needs to be
Yeah, but if
done.
we're not gonna do it, what are we gonna do with it?
Is there black mold inside?
There's all kind of every color you can.
All the other color you pick one,
Yeah.
Probably.
No.
Probably mold in it.
I mean, it can be big.
We want to discuss it more at the workshop.
Yeah.
Three, update of the Vernon Evangelistic Church, Jason.
All right, the church, when we got called out the first time, we were under the impression they were hooked up to city water, the sewer, of course. So they called Worley's Plumbing. So then when we found out that they wasn't hooked up, we had gone and fixed it, of course. Well, they're asking, would the city pay that Worley's Plumbing, because it wasn't their fault, $225. Because the deal was like $400 some, and because of the church, I think he's charged them $225. So that, they wanna know, I mean, if y'all say no, it's fine, if y'all say yeah, I told them I'd bring it to y'all. I have no problem.
We told them to call the plumber because we thought they were hooked up,
We didn't, yeah, we
basically.
thought they were hooked up, but they wasn't.
I think it's only right that we pay.
They cut the price in half what we did, because it was the church, not so much the city, but.
Do we need to vote on that?
Yes, please.
Do I have a motion to approve the $225 payment to the plumbing for the Evangelistic Church?
I make you do it.
Second. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Number 4, employees raises.
I thought we were just doing raises for the streets.
That's
Guys
what we
that
talked
work
about.
outside. For now, and then when we do the budget, we'll look into giving, to see what we have now to do raises.
But whenever I look at the budget, there's plenty of room in
We
the
are
budget.
not, but we said, Tracy, listen to me, we said we was looking at street only. When we got this meeting, what did we say? We was looking at street.
And so everyone thinks it's fair to give the street department a raise.
Well,
with
no,
one out.
because they are things, we said that. Everybody agreed that we should give the street people a raise, that's what we said.
When you compare their salaries with other cities, they definitely is right.
They're not the only ones.
When's the, budget?
We'll be working on it next month.
Next month?
But it
Yeah, we'll
doesn't
take
come into
effect in
effect in
October.
October.
Well, then we could be basically all employees at that
So
time.
you got,
I have a
it's
question.
already July.
But then you gotta put
and all these things.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Absolutely.
What is the reason that you don't want to give all employees a raise? I thought we were getting money from somewhere for that, stuff like that.
because that's not, when we originally started out about the raises, we was talking about the guys that work outside in the heat and cut the grass and knee deep in you know what, and that's why we thought they were gonna be raised. Now, I talked to Walsall, this is what they said, a person started out in Walsall makes $14 an hour, okay, and after 6 months, they get 15. That's what she told me.
That's for the outside workers. That's for the workers outside.
That's what she said, street.
Yeah, this started out being just for them outside, not for the office staff. the office staff will be coming up with everything else when y'all do the new budget.
I would like to see Jason at 18, Chad at 15, and new employees at 13.
No, well, they supposed to, they should come here.
Well, I'm talking about,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But we have the money for that,
You say,
right?
I think Jason should go to 18, Chad to 15, and whatever y'all decide on the
If
new
y'all can
employees.
list all the cities around us, Bonifay, Chipley, also besides Wausau?
I only talked to Walsall because I thought they were more comparable than Chipley or Bonifay because they were like a big size.
Lawton County is right at 15. Our sons have a friend that works there, and so Chad's job would start at 15.
before we decide, first of all, we got to answer Tracy's question. Are we working on just the street, or are we working on all of it? That's the first question. Just the street, until the budget.
Yeah, budget, is that what you're saying?
Until the budget. So, we'll have to work on the deputy clerk and the clerk.
Well, I thought that's what, all the meetings that we've had.
I just because-
Exactly.
At budget time, giving everybody, revisiting and giving everybody a raise. But initially, it started out with just talking about the situations we had with the outside school.
And the reason that I looked at everybody's is like what Kim's saying is bringing Jason up to 18, he'll be making more than me.
Look at, this is my concern. I don't look at the budget, I ain't looked at the budget,
I did.
and we still, I know you have, you know how much money we got to play with. But this is the thing, we got several projects that's got to be done, I'm gonna make sure they done if the council goes on with it. That cemetery fence is gonna be put up for this year's over with, if I'm still alive, if something don't go wrong. I've been messing with it 3 years, that fence over there on my cemetery, you know, and I'm tired of people driving up there and looking at it, and it's not us. We approved it, it's on the tell you, almost 2.5 years
If you
ago.
die, I'm gonna keep at it.
And the thing is, this floor has got to
It should have been taken care of a
But this
long time
is
ago.
what I'm getting to, Tracy. You asking from a $17 to a $23 raise. I have no problem with that if it's budgeted. And I know it's not budgeted. If we give you a $23 raise Jason to 18 or 20, I'm gonna go above campus. Jason deserves every bit of close to what you make. If we give you a $23 raise, Jason should be pushing around 21, 22. Jason works outside. Jason
Right.
runs, okay, I'm just saying.
Well, you've got him at 17.
Jason's a
I've got him at
supervisor.
20.
Jason's a
On the,
supervisor.
on the new one, okay, well, I don't have that one.
I do have him at 20 on the updated.
Jason's a supervisor like you are.
Mm-hmm.
You run the city, you answer the phones, and you carry the city on. But Jason, if something happens in the city, he's liable. And that's why he's sitting in the supervisor position.
Absolutely,
Now, with
I
that
agree.
said, he works in the sun like I do every day. Jason deserves to pay exactly near about what you have.
Or
Have no
more,
problem
I'm
with that.
sorry,
Or
I will
more,
say it,
I'm
I'll be
telling
the
you.
one that says it.
Now,
He
man behind
deserves
him,
a big raise, he works in Poop all day, and he's the one that gets the phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning because it's busted.
And he
So,
has a good attitude when he's called out.
y'all,
too.
Yes, he
y'all
does.
remind
That's
this
worth a lot.
now, we're working on the street, but before we make a decision on Jason's raise, and Chad's raise, and our new employees, y'all think what you're gonna put Tracy at, because I wanna see Jason making the same as Tracy or above Tracy, because he deserves it, our supervisor, yes, he does.
and I'm
So,
sorry, I didn't have the new packet to see the $20. But I do need to ask, when I talked to you Friday, can I see it? You said you couldn't find money for him to have more than 17.
That is correct.
Well,
Michelle came up with a good plan. Because Jason doesn't just work in water sewer. So I split his pay, 75% water sewer, 25% from street.
Right, which I called the auditor Friday afternoon, and he said that he could be paid out of both, which
Right.
is why
Yes.
but the reason I said 18, 15, and whatever is because we are in the middle of the budget. So when we looked at the budget, I said, Tracy, find y'all some money. This was last year, and you said you couldn't find them any money. So now I want to know, where did the money come from?
We try to get money from the state. We got more money from the state than we expected to get from the state. And that is in the general fund. $32,000.
But will we get that next year?
I can't guarantee that, but I'm working towards it.
But we've got to figure out how we're going to pay everybody next year if we don't get $32,000
And
from
we're talking about hiring somebody else.
from the
Did you get
fund.
somebody else yet, Jason? No.
Nobody applied. Nobody wants to take it.
Okay, what about the temporary worker? Is that a no?
Nobody applied.
Okay, we had a temporary worker.
You're temporary. The full-time temporary is still here. We've got the full-time temporary
Yeah.
and Chad
Yeah.
and Dick.
I got Chad and then one more right now, but I don't have the temporary.
Jamie's a full-time
part-time.
temp, and so we're still looking for one more.
That.
So Jamie can apply for that position when it comes available.
Yes, ma'am.
And we start on the budget next month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's finalized in October.
In October.
So what does that put y'all on still looking? So where does that put Chad?
15.
Okay.
So where are we at, 18, 15, and 13, or is that changed?
No, and Tracy's proposal, she's well, if you brought the money from water and soup, if you split it up for Jason, how did that leave yours at 23?
So I didn't have to split mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this proposal till next year. Whatever the council decides to put Tracy at, that's what Jason's gonna be at. Now, I don't mind right now putting what Candace recommended until we do the budget. Because the thing is, I can't set Jason at 22 or 20, because we got projects need to be done for this fiscal year. So
Well, that's why I was saying, what, Candace proposed 18, 15, and 13, that's doable.
For now,
And then we can come back and we start next month on the budget and it'll finalize in September.
Because if we don't get money from the state, how are we gonna pay them next year?
That's it, that's what I'm saying.
As long as we keep the audits up, we'll be getting that money.
yeah, but, yeah.
Well,
I just
but
want to
that's
put this
what,
in perspective for everybody. Whenever I first started in this position, the water sewer fund had about $5,000 in the checking account. General had about 35. Right now, the water sewer fund is sitting at 35,000 and general is sitting at over 200,000.
That's because we got all that different funding from different places.
That's right, and that
That's
wasn't
why,
because of
and
a
we ain't
former
gonna
clerk.
keep getting different
Tracy, what you
funding from different places.
1687.
You know, we got like
1687.
money from
Purchase
Hershey
less than
Michael, and
Wausau, less than
the
Ebro,
COVID money and
less
all
than
that
Bonnet Bay,
money.
less than
We're not
Shipley.
gonna,
And they've been there for like 30 years though.
yeah, matter of fact, Wausau's clerk has retired twice, I think, and they begged her back because.
she's back, yeah.
She's been there for years. Well,
Look, I want everybody to have all the money. That's why I'm not in charge of any money. But I want us to be able to pay everything when it's due.
Well, and I don't have a problem, and we discussed it repeatedly at meetings and workshops that we were going to work in a raise for everybody at budget time. But what we've been discussing has been the outside workers, because that was the emergent situation that we had in, to the point that, I mean, they could walk off any minute. That's what we've been discussing, so.
We're not talking that.
What did you say,
I just want to
Candace?
make a living wage where I can pay my bills.
I said 18, 15, and 13, but that was just throwing that out there. Because I knew that was, if we could pull the money from both sides for Jason, then that left money for Chad to have more.
We're trying to get a raise in the budget.
15 for Chad, 18.
But I just threw that out there, y'all. Talk about it. That was just what I was throwing out there.
I think it's a good starting point until budget time, especially with the other things that we need to get done.
Yeah.
I like what Tina said right there.
accept the pay at $18 for public works position, 15 for Chad's position, and 13 for the new position.
Make a motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Now I have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Discussion.
Off the record.
All in favor?
Yeah.